Wow, Cronos fam, brace yourself. A lot happening right now. Yesterday, SBF rested, Binance FUD, a lot of things going on. Preparations for today. CPI data 7.1%, really bullish. And I'm seeing on Twitter right now the crypto.com private land sales. And a lot of people, Loaded Lions, are really excited. Tomorrow, the allow list happening, FOMC meeting, presentation, conference, and of course more in between, more FIFA World Cup plays. Argentina versus another on Croatia, I believe. So, but there's one thing I do want to focus on in this one, guy. Let's keep everybody updated. The price. If there's one thing the market doesn't like, is uncertainty. But once we start having these reports and these numbers, that's what the market likes. And that's what we saw Bitcoin explode and all the way to 6%, Binance 9%. But Cronos, as a Cronos fan, well, what's going on with us? Let's go ahead and have a conversation. Go ahead and smash the like button, everybody. Consider subscribing to the channel and turn on those notification bells. I gotta tell you, I'm liking this December so far because we're finally seeing a relief. I know it's temporary, and I know this is a bear market. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that every single time we have a pump, there should be expected dump at some degree, and that is what you're seeing right now on the screen on Bitcoin. It is what it is. We saw LUNC2. We're seeing Binance as well. It dropped to $255 yesterday and early today because of all the FUD that it's having. A tremendous amount of things going on right now. CC is chill, whatever, and it pumped all the way to 8% or so. Right now, it's roughly around 7%. But when it comes to crypto.com, I always like to look at the macro because there's everything affecting, the entire market. Not even close to 1 trillion by market cap. We're seeing right here, still at under 900 billion. It's still good. But comes to the price, everybody, we're not doing, I will say, the greatest comeback in the last 48 hours. That's just what it is. This was on the 4th, 5th. Honestly, nothing was going on here. That was on a Sunday. So we just had a decrease in price. I will say that the community is more active than here, but it's just that the whales price manipulation occurred, and this is how we're looking right now. The reason why the price of crypto.com could be looking at these levels is because the trust in centralized exchanges is not there yet by a bunch of the whales. You notice that Bitcoin and Ethereum were the only ones who really pumped right now on CPI data, but not really the centralized exchanges did a great job. Usually as the altcoins, they do a much better job, not in this case. But what I'm seeing is the following. Even though SBF got arrested, and even though CPI data it's good, and hopefully tomorrow FOMC is going to be 50 basis points, the whales, institutional investors, and the investor crypto as a whole at large still needs more to see the comeback, because what happened with FTX, the crush of the trust and a lot of people's money, it leaves a stain, and it takes a while, and we're seeing the effect on exchanges like Cronos in this case, right? So in my opinion, I think that's the way I see it. It's not because Cronos is a bad project, it's just because leaves a stain, and every single of the centralized exchanges have to go through. And right now, last week we received the proof of the proof of reserves, the audit. So that gives me a good possibility of a nice comeback once all the things settle and we have a clear path at the end of the tunnel. The light, I think it should be a problem passing once again the 8 cents. Price view, I think it's a great one. And because of what we got the CPI, guys, I'm pretty positive we should be looking at a pump no later than next week, no later than this week. Something should be coming in because we got one here. We got a couple of them in November. I think in December, we're still pending another one because this was a good one, right? So that's what the price perspective for Cronos, man, bullish like always. And this is, I think, what everybody is waiting for, and a lot of Loaded Lions right now are posting. They just got, because they got the private sale, the nice lands for the crypto.com land main city. So that's going to be pretty awesome, everybody. Main city, Heavily recommend you take a look at it. I'm gonna be buying some as soon as the allow list is open. Even though I'm not on the allow list, we'll see if I got any address or something, somebody who can help me out. If not, I'll wait for the public and I'll go ahead and buy some, because I'm honestly pretty excited for this. Should be really nice to own a couple of them, and later on I'm gonna go ahead and try to snipe one of those loaded lions, because I'm sure we're gonna be here for a long time. And I mean, my opinion, always buy when it's cheap, right? Not when there's a big event coming up, because when it comes to NFTs, you always wanna stay ahead of the game and not drive by your emotions, in my opinion. If everybody who is more interested in Cronos chain, guys, well, as you know from yesterday, big news for the entire family. Well, we have an interview with Ken, the Cronos chain head. This coming in this Monday, upcoming Monday, December the 19th at 12 p.m. Central. I got him. Great person that I've heard and learned a lot when it comes to Cronos, and I want to have him live. It's going to be happening. So if you have a question, go ahead on Twitter and click this link and send me your questions, so I'm going to be able to look at it. If selected, I'm going to ask them, because there's a bunch of comments when it comes to Tectonic, VVS Finance, MMF, and that could be something very important for the entire community, right? So I want you guys to have this chance. So I really appreciate all the support, and I think we're going to have a blast with Ken, because, hey, this is exactly what we want, right? If these NFT collections are coming in to the space to Web3, well, they want to do a transition eventually to the DeFi wallet and to stake and more. I think it's going to be awesome. Once we are in the comeback, forget it, man. I think should be looking really nice in 2023, as long as inflation starts slowing down, which it's happening. FOMC, of course, still increasing, because they want to bring that 7.7 to 2% or so. That means that translated in price of Bitcoin, which should be looking at passing $20,000 to $30,000 in my opinion. And for Cronos, that has to mean way above 10 to 15 cents. That's the way I see it for all of us here watching. And if you are a Cronos holder, stay up to date, guys. There's a lot going on. Remember, uncertainty kills the market expectations, but the more information now we got, SBF now arrested, extradited to the United States. I think it's gonna be awesome. Finally, some closure. He's probably gonna get life in prison, so watch out with the soap. But the point is, you do it to the crypto investors, we're gonna find you, right? And I'm so happy they did. And next, probably a couple of them from FTX. So it's good to be believing and trusting and using Crypto.com One with tons of security licenses, the FIFA World Cup sponsor. What else do you want? Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Peace. Let's grow.